Hi, namaste. Great morning, everyone. Here I am in Holbrook, Arizona this morning, getting ready to head down the road again pretty soon. Um, I thought this morning I would just touch on something pretty quickly, and it's on the difference between world gurus and traditional gurus. Okay, a world guru is someone that you see very famous, lots of followers. They sit up on a stage and they make all these proclamations, etc., etc. Now, usually when you have a world guru, they're playing to the crowd. They're a showman. Okay, they're up there for showmanships. They will give the things that most people here: wear white, do this, be vegetarian, etc., etc., etc. Okay, they'll play to the crowd. They'll say things that people want to hear, that's nice and fluffy and sounds good to ego. Okay, maybe some helpful tips on how to live your life a little better. But usually, in the end, they don't really give a lot of things very substance, of a lot of depth, that's going to challenge you on your spiritual journey. Okay. A traditional guru, okay, one that's not playing to the crowds, is not out there for name and fame, not out there for fortune, not out there to, gather thousands of people, will have much more difficult uh, teachings for people to enter, okay? Because usually that type of a guru is there to try to get people to move forward to realization, okay? When you're on a path and on your way to attempt to go towards realization, you're going to have to walk the difficult journey. It's an internal journey, okay? It's a solitary journey, and it's one that is engaged in 24/7. It's not the journey of, like you said, you go to see somebody, you put them on a pedestal and you're oohing and ahhing over them, and with the crowds of people and everybody's there, together to bolster each other up. In a more traditional type of a path, okay, you get more of the hard lessons. Your guru will give you practices to do, okay, and then it's up to you to follow through or not, to move forward or not, as well as you can in your path, okay. We want to actually see you go forward and to break through the conditioned mind. We don't want to try to create a different conditioning, which is what world gurus will do. They'll give you a bigger, better story that you can run and play with for a time. But you'll always need to change that story and have bigger and better things that you can try to say, oh, I gained this and I gained that, and or personality worship, which is what most of the world gurus do. They want to present some kind of a persona, and I'm so high, and you guys are so low, and you have to cling to me in order to get anything, okay? Again, a traditional guru doesn't need to do that. They don't want to be put on a pedestal. They don't want to be worshipped. That's not what it's about. What I am, you are. Okay. The traditional guru is usually, and should be one, but not always, one that has entered realization, okay, who's left the mind spin, okay, that rests in that stillness, okay, that can give you direction, how to break through that in your own lives. Now, these are not in a traditional path. It may take lifetimes to reach realization. Nobody is ever guaranteed, and this is what I get all the time. People that come and think they're going to be the exception to the rule, and they're going to be the one that's magically going to get realization within a year. And then when they don't, they get a little pissy. And I tell them straight up when they come in, this is lifetimes of work in order to move forward to that point. Okay. So anyway, and also when you have a traditional path, when Kundalini awakens, which it usually will do if you are connected with a Kundalini guru, okay, your Kundalini can open along the journey. Okay, when it does, cities may arise, as they do in the path, and the traditional guru is not going to be supportive of you trying to continue to have more and more cities and powers, but to get you to understand they can be stumbling blocks. They are basically kind of tests along the way as well, that one can get lost in those powers, those cities, etc., and that's not what it's about. Okay? The greatest city is when one has gone beyond all the cities and rests in realization, in moksha. That's the greatest city. That's the greatest tantric, the one that has gone beyond all the powers and all the drama and all of that and rests in realization. Okay? The one that's no longer caught up in the phenomenal world of Shakti with things that come and go that are transient. Okay, the aim is to go to that which is always permanent. Okay, and once you've reached that permanent state, that which is unchanging, you become like this wheel. The center is unmoving, and the Shakti and things, continue to do the play around it. But one is forever, rather than being on the wheel, hanging on, going, Shakti. One is in that stillness, okay? So this is the aim on a more traditional type of a path like this. There are many different types of paths, okay? In this path, we don't teach pujas. We don't worship gods. Most of the gods, whether it's Krishna or Kali or Shiva, we see them as different types of energies, okay, that you interrelate with. Okay, that's what's taught on this path, okay, that the gods are different types of energies, energetic constructs that one navigates through as they go. There are some constructs that help with some things and other constructs that help with other things, okay? Krishna energy is that of that heartfelt, okay, and we go through that point where you can recognize Krishna and you feel like you recognize Krishna in everyone, that energy, okay? Or you go towards ones like Kali, which is very much used in this path, and the energies of Kali are there to break through. They are the traditional energies that have to do with Kundalini. Okay, in breaking through ego, challenging ego to go beyond and break through all the drama that one has gathered and collected for years and years and years. Okay, that's what you use. Now we have ones and people hear Kali and they get freaked out because you see those tantrics that are black tantrics that misuse and abuse those energies, misuse and abuse those types of things, okay? So they've given it a bad name. Just like the Satanists have taken the Bible and twisted it and turned it into something that it's not, okay? Instead of using a regular cross, they invert the cross, okay? Satanists are all about ego, 100% about ego, okay? And on the traditional path and through if you're in a Christian path and you're a contemplative, okay, your thing is to lay your feet at God and to break through ego, okay? Not my will, but thine be done, okay? And Satanists are all about the opposite. Screw God, it's my way. Whatever I want, I'm going to take. And I don't have any compassion, any love for anyone. It's all about me. Okay, so those are the opposite ends of the spectrum. Okay, this you can find it to some degree in all paths. Again, if you're going to choose a guru, look at what they're teaching. What is the ultimate goal? Where are they wanting to direct and try to aid to help you to get? Is it to build up ego so you feel better about yourself in the short term? Or is it to build, break through the constructs of mind, the drama, the illusion, okay, to get to that which is permanent and unchanging? Okay, so I'm going to leave this here for now. Hopefully it hasn't confused you more, and I hope everyone is having a wonderful day out there. So here I am again in Holbrook, and getting ready to pack up and head down the road again. So I hope everyone is having a wonderful time. If somebody comes up with something that they might want to hear talked about, you can always leave a message in the in the messages in the comments area, and I'll take a look at it. Okay, so thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate everyone out there, and I hope you are continuing your walk forward. And if you have left a so-called world guru, or one that has been, so many of them have been abusive, so many world gurus, they're trading on ego. I don't care how squeaky clean they try to make themselves appear. They become very egotistical and have a tendency to really abuse people in the end. So if you have left that type of a path, if you have gone through abuse, please do not stop your spiritual journey. Please do not let that hinder you from going forward. Just know and learn the lesson that this is not what you want in your life, and check for something that's not offering immediate reward, powers, whatever it is that they're trying to sell you. But look for something deeper and do your internal journey. Namaste. Bye, everyone.